Hi.
Okay, we should all introduce ourselves one at a time.
Yes.
Okay, who's first?
Starting with the host.
Chris.
Oh, well, I guess. This is the female gas murderer guy.
Good job. I'm
Good.
Weirdos.
I like it.
Alright.
Weirdos. Diakia. Whatever.
I'm Onara, also known as Isaac. This is the worst intro to
Isn't it?
any
Is it?
podcast in the world.
We should pick numbers. Okay, this is
We
the
are
voice of
professionals.
91, also known as the Drifter, also known as Drifter, also known as Drifty,
Okay.
also known as Drift King sometimes.
Drifty.
It depends on the day. Okay, someone's go next.
Okay. I'm Yuri. Yuri Farts. That's me. Here.
Yay, we did it.
We went
Okay.
through everyone.
I think
Yeah.
that was successful.
Alright.
I think that was a good opening.
No, I mean, you think wrong.
It couldn't have
8
gone
out of
anywhere.
10. I yeah, too much water.
Someone's gonna listen to that opening and just stop. Just stop listening.
Just,
for a
just,
podcast.
just
Oh, I
immediately
know,
quit
right?
out.
Just start off.
No,
fucking
that's why he has to have in
podcast.
the description, this is really a good podcast. You should listen. For more than 5 seconds. Give us a chance.
I wouldn't give us a chance, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
You wanna, like-
I would give us a chance just because I'm in it.
For the sake of breaking the immersion, under the risk of breaking the
What
immersion,
immersion?
I
What
want to
immersion?
start- I want to start over. Is what I'm saying. I'm gonna redo the intro.
Oh, yeah,
Wait,
okay.
seriously? You want us to do it?
I mean,
I kind of like the spontaneous thing we got
Yeah,
going.
I like
Honestly.
this. Random.
We could always pseudo professionalize it next time we do this.
Wait a second,
Nah.
second. Now that we're having all this discussion while we're recording, I think we should just restart it. Because it's like we're talking about how we should do this while we're doing it.
no, dude, this is meta.
Nah, this is
meta.
Yeah,
It's
but I
something
feel
she
like
It's part of the magic.
Oh my god.
I wouldn't
okay.
call this magic.
It's, I mean, it's like that black
A
magic
pawn?
that we shove under the rug because
Why
we
you
don't
gotta
want
bring race into it, dude? Fuck.
Anyway.
I know 2 out of the 5 people here for sure are blacks, so there
Hey,
is some black magic in here.
Drifter, you've met me.
I know, that's why I said I know 2 to 5 people.
Oh, I thought you said
I'm not
one.
black. I'm not black.
I'm not
If I was
black.
black, I'd be called chocolate orange. Because I'm ginger as well.
Oh
That
god.
would be awkward. But yeah, I know me and Chris are black, so there you go.
And buff. Or just fat.
Anyway, this
Okay.
discussion.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Chris, tell us what we are congregating here to talk about.
Well, so what we're about to talk about.
Yeah, turn on.
This is going so great. We're in the fart fetish community, and we're all like artists / writers
And
of some
nerds.
caliber
And nerds.
and nerds. All of us are nerds. That's kind of a given.
Full caliber. 5.
Don't start this shit. Yeah. We're starting with the community. Then we'll go on to the other random
Yes.
stuff. Right, so, what are we going to talk about in the community?
That was your idea, not mine.
Shit. Fucking pew pew pew. That's the sound of shots being fired. Fuck.
I know. It's like a shooting. That's not bad.
Topical.
Why is that topical?
Like the cream.
And no other cream possible.
I told you I would ruin everything. Okay. I warned you, and you guys still wanted me.
Want is a strong word.
Hey,
Well,
invite
we
me.
should probably talk about like maybe like what we
We
consider
should.
is like the best parts of it, and like why we like stuff like this and all that.
Alright, my
If
channel.
you say me, I'll give you those brownie points, but let's not talk about it.
I would say my favorite part isn't Drifter. It's the G-Chris.
It's
Oh,
what?
Fuck.
Secret.
G-Chris.
Whoa.
You know,
Honestly,
Who-
he
oh.
loved me.
who says he
Completely
won't play
different.
on his
I don't-
podcast.
I did not hear you say G Chris at all.
I'm calling him out right now. He's not going to join the podcast until he's revealed his face. So he's going to reveal his face one day. And
that is what you told me.
I revealed my
That's
face
what
to
it
you
is,
once, Caleb, but I haven't revealed
Yeah.
my face to anybody
Man,
else.
you had the best afro.
You revealed your
Oh,
voice
yeah, I
to me.
did.
You revealed your voice to me, Onara, but not your face.
Yeah, I know. I have a fucking cool afro,
Let me take
And
a
like-
selfie in the side
and like a nose. Stuff.
The defining features of Onara. He has an afro and a nose.
And that's literally everything. I'm actually talking out of my nose.
That is impressive.
And I can't
Better than
see
talking out
in
of-
front of me.
Better than talking out of your ass, I guess.
Oh,
Which I'm sure most of us would like anyway.
I get it.
Oh.
That is an idiom.
Farting, anyway.
Grammar joke.
Oh my god, you had to explain it. Ruined it.
That was the joke ruining the joke.
Oh,
Okay, on topic. I would like Onara to, no, not Onara, Isaac to explain why he feels that G. Chris is one of the best
That was
parts.
Caleb that
I
said
didn't
it.
say Jesus was the best. Caleb did.
Okay, I'm still getting names down. I'm probably the
I'm
worst
not
one
the
here.
British one.
I'm the British one.
I'm the
Okay,
one
wait.
with the nose. Okay.
So Isaac and Onara are the same person.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it.
Okay.
My name is Isaac.
Mainly because G. Chris is a pizza shit. And yeah.
Specifically a
That's-
pizza.
Have you not? It's from Game Grumps, and he
Yeah, it's a
he'll
Game
keep
Grumps
saying
thing.
it. Yeah. Yeah, so me and him just call each other pizza shits.
Your pizza.
Also, he's a nice guy, and I've been able to talk to him a lot about personal stuff. With
Yeah,
me
he's
dying and shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not that you're not a great guy.
that.
You're a great guy as well, you know?
No, that wasn't even the point. I was kind of
I also,
you to
I also
say,
love its
like,
Forceful series. It's a very good series. It's well written, and he's got very well developed characters.
I haven't read season 2 yet, but yeah, I very
haven't
much
either yet.
enjoyed Forceful.
Is that
Oh.
a good enough answer?
I mean, that's fine, except I was expecting something deeper, but that works.
I
You
actually
always expected to go deeper.
that it's quite I think it's actually quite ironic that
Ironic.
the series name
Ironic.
is Forceful because it seems very natural and well flowing, and not at all.
Oh.
So you want deep?
Like
How's about
Grace.
that shit, Adele? Read, fucking roll around.
Falling in the deep.
You just call. Okay.
This is the greatest idea ever.
Dude, okay. Like, if any of my friends in real life were, like, saw this podcast, they would know it was me.
Yeah, I mean, there's
So,
not many
like-
people with my name.
Oh,
So
man.
I'm fucked.
It's probably gonna go up at some point on the A Marvels 2X account that I have.
I'm gonna show my friends.
I'm gonna put it on my Facebook.
Yeah. My
Put it on my
favorite.
Ichi page.
I'm gonna put it on my
Yeah.
social security number. So just wait for that. See, that'll force him to wait. But it'll never come, that's the joke.
but nobody
Bit like my
came.
girlfriends.
Oh my god.
I can't help it. I need help. I need professional help.
Anyway, my favorite. Well, okay, it's kind of obvious that Drifter's my favorite writer.
Hmm.
Drifters
Oh.
are very weird.
Can I change my answer quickly thinking about it?
Okay.
No, Carrie VD. Carrie.
Kari.
No, yeah, no
No,
longer around, I don't
I
think.
thought it was Lewis Carey.
I
Yeah, it
don't know,
doesn't
I thought it was
matter.
Carrie. But yeah, because like that's how I found this community. I loved her stories. They're great.
Drifter, actually,
Yeah.
I think.
This is story wise though. So yeah, you can
Was that
see
an R?
who-
Yeah, that was a. Well, who just explained what, Carrie VD? No, that was not me. But saying that Drifter got me into the community, yes, that was me. Onara, yes.
Oh.
And Scouter did too.
Ah, Scout. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Right.
Scouter.
I like Scout.
Oh
like
man,
him a
let's
lot.
hope he doesn't watch this. Holy shit.
Yeah, Scouter, Squiggle, all you lot.
How
Oh,
about
man.
you, Yuri? How did you get in the community? Because you're very quiet.
Yeah.
I'm bringing you
It
into
was
this.
actually D. Chris. What happened was I was on my normal DeviantFARTist account or whatever, and like I just like couldn't hold back, and I got really curious about this community. and I followed G-Chris because he said he was going to make a visual novel. And so then that's kind of what made me make my own account all the way back in like May, like a year ago.
Fair enough.
And we've loved your work ever since.
Thank you.
Yeah, I read some of your stuff yesterday. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I haven't got round to reading the Senna one, the wifey one yet, because, well, I'm just lazy.
The part that's overly Yuri was the best part.
No, I really like it. I just didn't think other people would like it.
Why do you think I watched you?
What is your reasoning?
Hold on, try a drink. Because I like DeviantFARTist, and because I can't do shit. I failed art, okay? You've seen my artwork, it's not good. Right, so how about you, Chris? How did you get into the community?
I feel like the topic changed halfway through.
It did change halfway
talking
through.
about what are the best parts of the community now. 2, what brought you into the community in the first place?
We can always backtrack. We can always set up.
Yeah, I'm okay with
Yeah,
that.
that is true.
Okay, so-
That is
This
true.
is a
Go
good
ahead,
place
Chris.
to really start.
Yeah. So how I got into the community? Well, I remember it being sort of like I like this kind of thing. I want to write a story, so I made a stupid account and just wrote stupid stories that people somehow started to like. And then I started, getting a little bit more into it when I actually
Trying.
Yeah, I started trying, like probably like a year after I started, and some people started to watch me and like tell me that they like my work. And then I was watching Random, who goes by Seka soon now. I was watching Random's work. He and I were kind of close, and we've always like implemented our, at least in my stories. And it was a pretty sweet thing, and I really enjoyed it because I got a lot more, I guess, recognition in such a relatively shorter span of time than I would have ever, seen otherwise. And I was like, how many? Like 4 or 5 years ago? Dang.
Damn, son.
And now and now people consider me. What did Freeman say? He considered us as like the guardians of the community or something like that.
Wow, Morgan Freeman said that?
Yeah, Freeman put it on a journal.
No, orator. Oh shit, I can't never.
Orator Freeman.
I know.
Oh, yes.
Orator Freeman, yeah.
Right, now should we talk about our favourite parts of the community? Now should
Except
we...
I never went over
Segue!
how I got into the community, but
Drifter, how did you get into the community?
Maybe we should
Oh,
drift
I don't
over
care.
there and talk about it.
I'm sorry!
Oh man. Well, for me, what was it? 3 years ago now? Because I think I posted my first Ying story in October of 2012.
I didn't know, I can't count.
Wait, that's 4 years. What?
I have a resource to look it up.
You mean the internet?
Yes.
No, the local library, actually. Go to the local library to find out when Drifter uploaded it on the internet.
There's no way they would know that. I don't even go to the library.
Hey man, having fun isn't hard with a library card, okay?
As opposed to anything else.
Oh, but, well, okay. I guess to also learn a little bit about me.
That you don't have a
One.
library card.
No, I have it somewhere, but I don't care to look for wherever it is. I started writing, well, specifically like this kind of stuff, because I was tired of reading this same kind of.
Exactly.
Same.
It wasn't
That's what I
necessarily.
like about Kai.
Wasn't even crap. Yes, there was crap people were
It was
putting
kind of
out.
generic.
But it was mostly just the
But it
same
was like,
scenarios.
I would see between 3 and 4 good writers that were often writing just the same story with different characters
Yeah.
and slightly different stuff. Or
Yeah.
what I always used to go to when it was like really active was writing.com. And then there were different people writing to the same story, and then usually putting their own kind of twist on it. But then it became like 1 or 2 people writing the same kind of stuff for each chapter. It's like, no.
It wasn't like they were bad. It's just that the standard wasn't set high.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Just
set
that
high,
everybody
and there was a
was
lot of, and people were just okay with whatever.
Yeah, and it's like, But I can understand that when the community, I guess, wasn't really that big, or at least people weren't coming out to admitting that they were into this, unless they were just reading it, like myself.
Right.
Yeah, I was
Because-
just reading for a while, to be honest.
Like, I'm 24 now, and I started when I was 21. It's like, man, I could have been writing this, like, years ago. But I just never felt like it until, you know what? I'm tired of this, and I want to write something I would actually like to read, actually have a story. Because, I mean, for one, I created Ying and her family in my head.
No.
Continue.
Okay.
Like,
Oh god, my heart stopped there. Holy shit.
I mean, I'm wearing headphones,
It's fine.
but that was in my house. I was like, who the f-
No, okay. No, he just told me he's leaving again, so that's good. More time.
Oh, okay,
More
good.
time.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, oh.
Right, so continue
I
your-
wasn't sure if I should do it now, because I knew that was going to happen at some point, but...
Yeah,
that
that's
wasn't
good.
So bad. That wasn't as bad as I thought.
You did come in a shower.
But yeah, I created her and, well, specifically Ying and Yuki. Oh god.
In your
Now
head.
it's, yeah, in my head at least, like, and their stories, like, over 10 years ago. And her father, who is actually a main character of my own quote-unquote fan fiction of Gundam, like, even a few years before that, and I just continued his story. And it's like,
I actually did see that on the new writing site.
Wait, you did?
I recently.
Oh, god.
What a
And
cool
well-
geek.
Yeah, that's a thing. And it's like, you know what? I'll just start with that because, I mean, for her, before such and such may or may not happen, I was like, I'll just write her story because I know her pretty well and stuff. And then I started writing. I wrote the first, technically 2 on the site, except it was all supposed to be one story, and I wrote it all in one night. And I'm like, there you go. I'll just put it out there and see what people think. And then freaking oh dang it, Book Walls.
Oh god, I
Doesn't-
remember him.
It was like a couple months before I started writing, but I became a huge fan of his stuff
So did
because
I.
one, his characters were realistic. His one like 3-chapter series where his 3 girls who he introduced individually came together. One of them had like a secret fetish, but then the other 2 girls who were really good at farting they befriended her, found out about it, and just a bunch of stuff happens. But it was like a story. arc. Yes, and it had character development, it had feelings. It was like,
Yeah, and
that's
Book
what
Walls
I
would
want
all.
to read. And then he was the first person one of the first people to comment on my Ying story, and it's like, dude, I'm like such a huge fan of, I fanboyed. So it's
Like I did
Yeah,
when I
them all.
first talked with Drifter. But like no, I totally agree because sometimes I would actually he would talk with me about like I think when he was doing his Skunkhead City story series, he would constantly ask me for advice and like to review over the stories that he's written and to see like if it's really good. And I was just amazed of all the stuff that he's done, and it was so sweet. And I don't know where he is now because his writing was really good.
I know a couple things, though I'm not sure if he would want me to share.
No,
It's not, at least as far as I know, it's nothing serious. It's mostly just like he's gone off to college and he started writing more serious
More
stuff in a different
professionally.
genre.
Chris, you uploaded something 31 minutes ago.
Eh?
You were Skype, what? How did you upload this while we were Skyping?
What? Oh, you're talking about the news story that I put up at
Yeah.
noon?
Yeah,
I scheduled it.
Oh,
What? This is a new story? Okay, wait, I can't check it because I'm gonna get distracted.
I'll check it. I'll check it after. I'll check
It's
it
the
after.
last
Yeah.
part of Chris's Harmony. I finished it this morning.
I will be.
Why didn't you tell me that? Now I gotta look!
It took me freaking forever. But
I'm not trying to plug you, I swear.
aside from that, for me, I started writing this kind of stuff like freaking back in middle school when I had like I had basically no time to do like I had a lot of free time, and a lot of it was just me writing this one story, which I did put on DeviantArt. It's called Zarian's Adventure. That was technically my first ever fanfic, but like it was I don't know. It was just going on with a lot of things that I was into, and Yuri just dropped out of the call.
Whoops. Carry on. She'll join back, I'm sure, if she can.
Yeah, like I was, when I was going over back like some stuff that I was writing, and then I found that story, and there she goes. And I was going back over that particular story. I was thinking to myself, man, what would happen if I like actually did this better? And then that sort of just trailed on with me going onto DeviantArt and looking up pictures, because you know there were a lot of them back then, and still are now.
I was gonna say.
Do you want me to go next?
Huh?
Do you want me to explain why next? Or I didn't know if you'd finished.
Well,
I think I broke his train of thought by accident.
yeah, by accident. Basically, it's just like I've been doing this for a while, and I considered myself, if not a good writer in terms of like story progression, I could at least put big words into a sentence and hopefully have it coherently match what's going on. That's at least what I've always thought. Because as I'm sure you guys have seen, I've never considered myself like a good writer, but everyone else says that I'm a good writer. So it's just been that constant. What?
I'm sorry, I love you.
You know. Well, actually, I'm gonna leave it there and then say we come back to it, because I want to talk about how we feel about our own work and how we self-criticize.
Okay, wait. Can I actually explain what got me into the...
And her internet went out.
If not the community, like at least like the fetish or whatever. Because I haven't done that. Okay.
Okay.
So real talk, right? I kind of discovered my interest with this when I just kind of just started searching it on YouTube, right?
Right.
Same.
Yeah.
I'd say
That's kind of how I
started
started too. Like,
and then I just, because I was in middle school, right? I kind of just looked up 8 Marbles videos, and then just watched them, and then got really sweaty and uncomfortable.
Yeah, true. That's how I started too.
And then I was like, okay, so I was already writing a semi-shitty story at the time. It wasn't like fart related or anything. It was kind of just unrelated.
Shitty story.
Yeah, it was kind of bad. It was kind of like an exploring, like on an island kind of story, right? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try my hand at writing this. And then I wrote my first out of like 5 iterations of Onara Dojo, right? And then I wasn't happy with it because, you know, the idea of perfection and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then I deleted that, and then I tried again, and then I was like, I deleted my account, and then I started a new one, and then I tried again, and then I deleted that, and then tried again, and then deleted that account, and then my current account, I tried again, and then I just kind of rebooted it. Like I just didn't write for a while, and then I rebooted under the same concept, and then this is the farthest I've ever gotten, and I do not plan on abandoning it. So that's kind of how I discovered it.
That's good to hear.
What got me into it was like, what first got me into DeviantArt was probably Scouter, Drifter, and I hadn't read any of Chris's stories at the time, as in this Chris, not G Chris.
Yeah.
But I liked the idea that there was sort of a leader in the community at the time, and I always considered him that. I was like, there's like a group, right? And then I was like kind of excited that there was a group and I could be part of it. So I kind of just gave it my all and started writing, and then eventually I became a part of it. So that's my story. Congratulations.
Yay.
Yes. Okay.
Wait, what were we gonna move on? Jeff, what do you say about moving on to?
I was suggesting talking about our how we feel about our own work and how we self-criticize ourselves as artists, writers, sort of thing.
I failed art, like GCSE, which it's like a qualification in England, so I can't draw for shit. And stories, I'm not too bad. I just can't do length. Like I got an A in my English. I just can't do length, which is my problem.
That's okay though. It's not bad.
Is it because like I have a few reasons why I don't do length sometimes. But what's your reason that you don't do?
I just find it hard to drag it out. I like to make short, condensed stories so I can just quickly read.
That's actually something I would I want to comment on, because there seems to be two reasons why people do short. One is because they prefer, like what you just said, you just prefer making a simple scene that goes through and flows rather quickly, but at least you have something worth reading in a short period of time.
Yeah.
Basically like a typical YouTube video. But then there's other people that only write short stories because they feel like just because of how their mind works, which might be the same with you, is that when you try adding more to it, you just feel like it's a bunch of BS. Like, I don't like writing essays because it's like it has to be 5 pages. And it's like, I'm talking about a topic that you gave me that I don't really care about, which there may be enough information on it that I can make 5 pages out of it, but I'm not gonna go out of my way to try to make it 5 pages. Or at least, if I do make it 5 pages,
it's not gonna be like that good.
I put in a lot of filler crap.
Yeah.
And that's just, I mean, I would hate to write stories like that. I mean, it's kind of funny coming from me, knowing how long my stories can be. But, I mean, they're not Cellcon. But anyways.
Oh, God.
The worst thing I've been told by people who want me to do more stories are, why don't you just put all farts in it? That's not a fucking story.
Yeah, that's not a story.
It's not really a story, then.
Like, I'm not going to name names because I'm not that kind of person. Chris, we talked about this a while ago.
Yeah.
There's one person who just can't write stories, and they just couldn't get the concept of.
I think that anybody watching the podcast knows exactly who you're talking about, but we'll stay respectful.
Yeah.
I think everybody.
You know, it's like our community's growing, but it's still really small.
Yeah. And I feel like if we even do another one of these, we could discuss the negative aspects.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot.
I won't go on to negative then, don't worry.
I think it's small in the aspect of there are only so many people who either contribute widely or are like
really into
or like good.
contributing.
I don't mean to be that guy, but there are only so many people that are good in this.
Yeah.
You know.
I can agree. It's just
no. I'm a good guy. I just do bad things.
But what is good about the community that I've noticed just over the years, like, you can almost go year to year. There's someone that starts off new with new stories, new characters, and ideas and stuff, and they'll become really popular. But then they move on. Maybe they're still around and they comment, or they slow down in just their content creating, which is okay. But it's like always at least 3, 4, 5 writers or artists that come around every year, or almost seasonal, that are really good, put out some good stuff, and then we almost don't hear from them for a while, or at least ever again.
I know the exact reason for that. I know the exact reason. Because I was a part of that for a while. It's all about the people who are the best at their craft are always the people who shoot for perfection, absolute perfection the most. And many people can be so big fans of their story, but they're not a fan of it themselves, and eventually they just give up or move on to something else. That's
very interesting.
I think that might be. I was gonna say, because Carrie, she moved on from doing like the fetish work. She did XCOM for a while. Like, she completely moved away, and then she came back. So I think there's also those people who they like their work, but I think.
Well, everyone has different reasons to
move
away from it or stop and do something else.
Some people think to themselves, "What am I?" Some people think to themselves, "What am I doing?" and then move away from it for a while, just to move away from it for a while.
Well, for me, what's actually really hard for me as a writer for the community is that there's really just 2 main things that are making me at least keep going with, like, Ying stories, for instance. One, I really want to, for one, finish technically what is a book, or just a huge storyline. I have all the stuff that's planned for Ying, especially it's like all going to happen in season 2. I was even thinking of making 3 seasons, but I was like, with how much time it takes, I'd rather just cut out some stuff which would be fun to do, but just at least stay on the plot line that she has, and just finish it all in season 2. And the other thing is that there's all the fans of her that love seeing her progress and keep going. Like, I always say in my monthly journals when I want to thank everyone for that I can't thank individually, because it's like oh, look at that! I have 500 notices from people that have fave stories from everything I've done. I could thank them for every one of them, which I used to when I had like 12 stories out, but now that I have so much stuff, it's like, especially stuff with like, that's only like LeShock's pictures, and like the comics that we've collabed with, it's like, those get hundreds and hundreds of faves, and it's like, I can't thank everybody. I like need a division of people that only answer to my faves and watch this while I'm writing. And it's so I just do the easy way of in a journal. I just say thank you to everyone that's faved and watched me, and I wouldn't be doing it still if it wasn't for the community. So
Yeah.
Definitely. That's a huge part of the reason I've been, trying to better a lot of my older works. That, like, removing the first series technically that I've ever done, and I'm gonna reboot it and just make it better at some point because I really want to get through that origin story. But it's kind of like, because as I've been getting to read more stories and I've been trying to sort of tweak how I've been writing, because a lot of my writing is just, oh, this is my preferred scenario, and that's basically it, or requests that I've been getting in like the earlier times, and I've been just sort of trying to say like, hey, this is kind of what I would enjoy, let's see how I would put that in writing. And then as I've been writing more and more stories, I've been starting to actually add some plot elements, and because it's a sort of like a sudden jump, I think that it felt, at least from in my eyes, it felt really like rushed and sloppy and just but like, at least with a couple of my newer series that I've been starting up, I've been trying to just sort of set something good from the start, and then hopefully that it's engaging throughout, because I've never, I mean, I still don't, but like, when people constantly like my stuff or favorite my stuff or tell me that they really enjoy this and tell me like all this stuff, it's never gotten old to a point where I'm like, oh, this guy favorited it. It always makes me feel happy that I'm actually contributing something to this community.
Exactly. There's a point in, like, I'm gonna say most, if not all, like, writers who have been doing this for like at least a year, where it transcends the factor of I'm just writing this to get it out of my head, or like maybe
that's what I do.
writing it for the smut factor, right? And then there's a point where it's like you're writing it so you don't disappoint your fans, or so you make new ones, make new fans, and so you don't want
I
to.
don't give a shit if I disappoint people.
And then smut would be an added bonus.
Yes, but that's what it started off for me, and now I'm kind of just in it for the glory, as it were, and for the
glory.
reassurance. Yeah, my main two reasons.
Can I say how proud I am that this is already gone on 45 minutes? I did not expect that.
Not quite.
Just the community.
Yeah, we haven't.
Honestly,
the podcast has been going on for half an hour.
Yeah.
yeah.
I forget.
Great.
I'm not with it.
Great.
Shut up.
I mean, yeah, the podcast has gone on for a half hour, but on that, I have to say, I'm not surprised, because we've really only talked about 3 specific things and just gone around everyone's opinions and stuff, and it's like, I feel like we could talk a whole lot more about just a whole bunch of other
I
things.
didn't know how awkward this would be, to be honest. I was like, oh, will it be too awkward to
Man,
keep
it
going
started
on?
off awkward.
It started off super awkward.
It
Oh
was
my
great.
I feel like we
Shut
got
up.
most of the awkwardness out at the start of the call before we started recording.
What a
And
thing
then
to say.
I made the red rocket joke that nobody got, and then I felt bad for like 5 minutes, and then I got over it, and then I felt good again.
I'm so glad that I had to point that out to you. I love putting people down. I mean,
Oh man, I love you too. All right, well, oh yeah, we haven't actually visited our own opinions on our own works yet. I don't think.
Well, I was sort of going
yeah.
into that, and Drifter, I think, kind of already did.
I did.
Wait, what do you mean I did?
Opinions on your own work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
kind
you did
of.
do that.
But
Not
not properly.
I mean, technically, but I was gonna also add, like, my personal critiques on my own stuff, too. And I
Yeah.
just wanted to know. Although, Chris, you actually kind of did that, too.
Yeah.
I think we should let Yuri talk because she's.
Yeah, Yuri hasn't been talking for a while.
I'm sorry. I don't really like interrupting people, so a lot of the
Yeah,
times I
that's
just
why
tend to
I
just
interrupt.
listen.
And I
instead.
accidentally
Yeah, I know
interrupt
what you
people.
mean.
Yeah. So about my own works, I mean, right
Oh.
now I'm kind of. This is gonna sound really bad, but I'm kind of more doing it for myself right now.
That's not bad at
I
all.
just.
That's probably better because if you're writing for yourself, you have more of a drive to do it, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then yeah, and I think when I don't write for myself and I think, oh man, I gotta push something out for my followers, then I think that's when I tend to put things off and I make
You
empty
rush and make
promises
it
and I'm like,
bossy.
shit. So I think my biggest complaint with myself is I need to find somewhere between like my own interests and other people's interests so that I can stop like telling people I'm gonna do something and then I just don't do it. But I'm still making things that other people can enjoy.
I would suggest making a journal, asking people for ideas and what they'd like to see, and then you can incorporate it to your own work.
Or
to your
suggestions.
own- Yeah.
Oh, and
Yeah.
and just a tip from me. I mean, I think we can all say we write for ourselves, right? Like if it didn't interest us,
Yeah.
we honestly
Yeah.
wouldn't do it.
Mm.
That's just human nature. Like if I didn't like writing, I wouldn't do it, regardless of how many watchers that I had. So it's you shouldn't feel bad that you're writing for yourself
No.
because we all start that way and we all continue it. But and it's. I mean, it's really in your opinion as to whether you should feel obligated by your fans or not. It's all about about how you feel.
Yeah.
So
You should just do what makes you happy.
that's the goal, happiness.
And I mean,
I've never-
that's kind of what I like to look at it as for me, is that I'm doing what I love doing, which is writing, and if I can make other people happy with my writing, then that just makes, I guess,
Yeah.
part of the world better.
Really strange part of the world, but still good.
Hey,
Yeah.
we're not strange, we're just different,
Which is
and
ab-
everyone's
diff-
different.
absolutely-
We're all
Which
weirdos
makes
and we
everyone
embrace it.
I'm not weird, I'm a pervert. It's a difference.
We're not strange. We're only unusual or surprising in a way that is unsettling or hard to understand, according to Google Dictionary.
We're extraordinary. Let's put it that way. Just are you gonna go next? Yeah,
Oh,
well,
well,
wanna
the reason
add
why I
to it?
brought it up was when Chris was talking about his first stories he wrote and how he felt like they were really crappy and he was thinking about doing them again. I reached that point, I think, my second year writing, which I don't think is last year. Pretty sure it was the year before. But I made the terrible decision of looking back at my earlier stories,
Mhm.
which one of the biggest differences is that I wrote in the present tense and not past tense.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did that up until Ying's gas-filled first day of school. Yeah, jeez, that acronym. But I read those again, and there was just so much stuff that I've learned as a writer that I've been aiming to make better, like just sentence structure, grammar issues. I felt like the flow was off. Descriptions were all right, but like, I don't know. I feel like my strongest point has been descriptions, but when it came to like character dialogue and just other things in general, I felt like my first stories were terrible. And it's great seeing people, like the comments and people saying that said that, oh, this story is great and has potential and it's, awesome. But yeah, but it's like when I'm looking at it now and just what I know and just comparing it to my current work, it's like I should rewrite this. Just having this up makes me cringe.
Yeah.
But what I hear from, because I also listen to like author podcasts, which is usually like people that have best-selling author novels and whatever out. And one of the things that they said is that obviously if you're practicing to be a writer, your current stuff you're doing like years down the road is going to be better than the first thing you did. But do not go back and do the exact same thing again just because you know it would be better. Because
you're not moving on.
yeah, you can't you shouldn't go back to change something you've done already, especially after you've already made the progress from that point
Yeah.
to make something better. You should spend your time doing something now that's new and different and creative.
And I think that, in a sense, it kind of forms a timeline about your start and where you are now. And I think it kind of shows your progress, and you shouldn't just go back and then just, you know exactly what you said. Sorry.
Yeah.
Can I make a point quickly?
All right.
I forgot something. Can I make one point? You're right,
Yeah.
Drifter. You're writing an onomatopoeia. That was the only reason I could even start writing. 'Cause I wouldn't have understood it.
That's
I
also a
forgot-
huge thing.
I'll be honest, I forgot who did it. I had to go back and check because I thought it was you, but I didn't want to give you credit and it'd be like, wasn't you? Shit. But yeah, that really helped me. Right.
Oh, yeah, like, I didn't even start with onomatopoeia, and then somebody was like, hey, can you write onomatopoeia? And it's like, I don't really know how to do it. And then they were like, just look at this. And then they linked me to your thing, and then I read your thing, and I was like, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Implemented
I
it.
didn't even like start using onomatopoeia myself until I started reading more of Drifter's stuff.
I have a,
Because I
I feel like we could have another topic on onomatopoeias.
yeah,
Yeah. I could.
Oh, God, that is...
You even have you even have a story about that, Drifter.
Huh?
Don't you have a thing about writing onomatopoeia?
That's what
That's what we're talking about,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what he just mentioned. you listening?
Oh, man.
And it's
I
not
actually-
really a story. It's more like, I guess, my personal guidelines.
An
on them.
editorial, as
yeah,
it
it's
were.
like a tutorial.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a big self-critique for myself if we're continuing on.
Yeah,
that
you
topic.
can go with that. Yeah.
Fine.
Okay. Alright. Well, my number one main critique is that, okay, so Inara Dojo, right? Like, my main thing, I'm super passionate about it and super happy with it. But I start off the story with a bunch of obscure music references that nobody will fucking understand. That probably turns off a lot of people from reading it, right? Like, I start off, because, like,
Fuck 'em.
I'm super into... I'm super into, like, rock and metal stuff, right?
Yeah.
And-
You know,
And...
I just want to say one thing, which
Yeah.
once you finish this, I just want to say something that'll probably make you happy. But go on.
Okay. Here's the thing, right? My character Elise is the first character that's introduced in the story, right?
Mhm.
And she is super into rock and metal. That's just part of her traits. I try to give my characters certain specific traits to make them more human, right? And that's one of hers. And I start off with making a bunch of puns about music and relating them to farting. But the thing is, like, it's really obscure music that nobody knows about, probably, and it probably turns them off. So I wish that I could have rewritten that and done that section of the story later, when people are already hooked onto it. And probably another thing is that, and it's just part of my style of writing, but I don't have enough dialogue. I think in my mind at least, I kind of get really long-winded when it comes to imagery, because I have a certain mindset in my mind about how the story's supposed to look and how it's supposed to go,
Yeah.
and I really
That's
like
good,
driving that point home, and I really try to put as much effort in possible, and
But
not
that's-
much effort in anything else.
That's good because when you read a story, you always imagine it.
Yeah.
Like, no one just reads the words without imagining it. So that makes it easier for someone to create an image in their mind, and makes it easier for the reader to read. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that's a bad point.
Drifter dropped out of the call.
Oh man, he had something. He had something to say about it too.
You'll
so-
never be happy now. Sorry.
Oh shit.
Oh wait, as he said why?
He said my internet.
You forgot the exclamation mark, but...
Mhm.
My
forgive
internet.
And there you
Well,
go.
my internet!
You know what's funny about the word internet? Like, so like a bathing suit, right? They have like an internet on them. That was funnier in my head. To be honest.
I only knew it was gonna be awful when you said, you know what's funny about the internet?
Look, man, that's just how I go. I don't think about things before I say them, and then it's awkward. And
Welcome
then
to
people
my
find
life.
The fact that I'm awkward, they find the fact that I'm awkward funny. So I
Do you
don't
want me to tell a worse joke to make you feel better?
know. Sure.
What noise did the trained outfits make?
What?
Choo choo.
Oh.
Does that
Okay.
make you feel
Yeah, you
better?
told me that joke. I just
I mean-
scoffed.
Yeah, that's cool. I actually am Jewish. Not like religiously, but you know.
Yeah,
ethnically.
I love Jews, don't worry.
That's good.
It's just, I love that joke.
My favorite kind is.
I also like the fruit punch kind.
Oh, I made the joke before you!
Damn
I got it by
it.
like 5 seconds. Yeah! Fucking apple juice. Remember that Game Grumps episode where they were talking about how you can't say apple juice like really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
That was
remember
you,
that one.
wasn't it? Yeah.
Welcome
Like,
to the
another
podcast where
steak
we
with
talk about what other people said.
What do you
And
think? Are you talking about Game Grumps? Because of my joke.
talking about
What said
gambles. With the gamble grams. Yeah.
And Drump.
Oh, Drump. Yes.
Drump.
The bad jokes. Is that what you're on about? The
Well,
bad-
not the video that was called Anti-Drump, or
That's
sorry,
right.
the Drump series where they're talking about compilations of jokes and stuff. No, like when they actually made the joke Drump
Yeah, I remember that.
and Gorp, the most anime of Game Grumps.
I'm looking at anti-Drump. Found it.
I want there to be a thing.
Right,
Anime
okay.
Game Grumps is called
Fettuccine
Glump.
Alfredo. Mac and cheese. It's probably one of my favorite Game Grumps jokes. Mac and cheese.
Hey, Billy, what was your favorite Game Grumps episode?
Oh, there it is.
Made
My
the
favorite Game Grumps
Oh, no,
episode?
wait.
Oh, shit.
That was a joke.
Okay.
It's like,
well,
I like the
was
part
gonna.
where Aaron talked about macaroni for a long
Oh, yeah.
Are you going
time.
into a surgery now?
Hey, Billy, what was your favorite Game Grumps episode? Yeah, I get it. I got you. Sorry, making it awkward. Welcome to Isaac's land of social.
Louis, do you watch Game Grumps?
No, I don't, which is why I have no idea what any of you are talking about.
You
Right
should
now.
watch Game Grumps.
It's got Dan Avidan.
Oh,
and,
Chris,
Frank
call
Sinatra.
him.
Yeah, I see the thing.
People tell me I look like Dan Avidan.
You
With
kind
that.
of do, guys.
Really?
Yeah,
A little
which is
bit,
like
yeah.
the biggest compliment ever, dude. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, he was invited to an orgy.
Okay, welcome back, Drifter.
You know,
Well, what I missed.
Okay, Drifter, you said you had something to say about my thing.
We were just talking about
Oh,
Game
yeah,
Grumps while we
because,
were waiting for you to get back in.
Okay, well, all I know is that you were talking about the putting music references into your stories.
Yes.
Because I knew some of them. Because reading your stuff, I knew some of them, but other ones I could tell by. I guess the tone of it from earlier phrases and stuff. I caught that it was another song reference, but I may not have gotten it. The thing is, I really like that about characters, and one thing that I don't know if people get is that for Dom's stories, is that I always try to put at least one song reference into his stories, because he is a character that really likes music. So I either have him say something directly that's to a song related type of thing, or have him describe something related to some kind of musical instrument or musical catchphrase or whatever.
That's awesome.
But that's actually not the part that will make you happy. This is the part that should make you happy. The opening chapter I did for Ying Season 2, which was the pep rally, the main inspiration I had from that was your musical references that you put in your stories. And I was actually on the fence of doing it until I was like, you know what? He did it. I'm pretty sure I could try to do something a little, because I didn't want to do exactly what you did. So I was like, well, what would be a big kind of opening to introduce some of the new characters and that kind of stuff? It's like, I could do like the beginning of a school's education season, whatever, with a pep rally or whatever. And it's like, hey, there's music and stuff. It's like, maybe I can incorporate that into some of the scenes there. And it's like, yeah, I'll do that. And it's because of you that I felt like, because I've seen a few other people try that and it didn't turn out well, but I liked how you did it. And I just tried to do that and went a little farther with it. But yeah, it was because of your stories that I felt confident in doing that in the first place.
Well, at least
Dude, I'm so fucking
I
proud.
came back 10 seconds and I already get the gist of what went on.
I am motherfucking blushing. Like, I don't even have cheeks, because, you know, I only have a nose.
Yeah. Your nose.
That was before.
I have found a way to blush. 'cause-
I'd say at least you don't make an entire story based around one song.
No.
all I'm saying.
Oh, God, no. Variety is my middle name. Actually, it isn't. But
I've got 2 middle names.
I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, though.
I don't know. I only just got back.
Can't say.
A little third-party written Ying story.
Huh?
It
The drifter
comes
says,
to
huh?
mind.
You have to be confused. Wait, are you talking about our thing?
I'm sorry, what?
I don't know.
No, a
What are you
third party.
thinking?
A third party. So it's not your.
So someone that wrote a Ying story, but Drifter didn't write it.
Oh. Wait, are we allowed to say names now?
I don't know.
As
why
long
I
as it's not
wasn't.
bad mouthing, I guess.
If we edit it, we can just edit this part out. So
I
we all know
can.
what we're
I
talking
can do
about.
that.
You say we, you mean Chris.
Yeah,
And when we say Chris, we mean
Chris.
female gas in my room.
Well, future Chris.
No, we mean Chris. We mean not G Chris.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, oh my
That's
God.
gonna be so confusing
That's-
when and if
If
G
we
Chris
have
gets in
him
here.
on a podcast, if we have him on a podcast, holy shit,
This
dude.
Yeah,
could be
me and
weird.
him
Just
on
be
God.
Chris and G Chris.
I'll probably just call him OG or something.
I call him pizza shit.
Hey, OG.
Like a pet name for him. It's his pet name.
Oh.
Call me a piece of shit sometimes, though.
Anyways,
Yeah, dude.
are we talking about?
Yes.
But
I can't-
why
I
were you
can't
bringing
say-
it up? I feel like I missed the context of that.
You can I said at least you didn't make a story based around one song
Oh.
and have it go on forever.
Oh.
Michael Bay came in.
More
I feel
my
like.
gay.
I feel like.
Nothing wrong with that.
To be honest, I feel like you can write a story.
You could, but
Yeah, just I feel like you could write a story around one song. The only thing is that.
Not like that.
yeah.
Okay, well, one thing I want to say is that, just referring to one of the comments on the pep rally, I forget off the top of my head who said it, but they said that they were impressed with how everything flowed during the performances because, at least I didn't realize I was doing it until after someone pointed it out, well, until this person pointed it out, but I didn't put in all the lyrics to the songs. I clearly didn't do, like, extensive descriptions of, like, the beats or the tempo or stuff. I just put in hints of everything and then added their performances in between the key lines so you know what the song that's playing, you know what's going on. But he said, well, whoever commented, they said they were impressed by how I made everything flow because without knowing it while they were reading, I was hitting the beats just right. Like, I think with like Charlotta and Moralia's performances with Bang Bang, I did the Bang Bang part with them singing it, but then I would do descriptions and then bring in the next chorus, at least the main line of the next chorus. But then I'm assuming what they were saying in their head is that when they hit the chorus or the next verse at that point, in their minds, without noticing, their minds were going with the flow of the actual song at the right moment there, if that makes any sense.
I know exactly what you're talking about because
Yeah.
as I know from getting really into like rhythmic beats of music or music that really can just like grab you in, and especially like in context of stuff, that was definitely I can definitely imagine.
Yeah. Fun fact: I'm a drummer, semi-professional.
Awesome!
Yeah. So
Semi? I heard semi.
semi-professional.
I'm a singer and slight guitar player.
Nice.
I'm a professional car singer.
I'm a cunt.
Oh.
Yeah, Nuri has one.
That was really fucking funny. Oh man.
Oh, time on that.
Oh boy. Fucking man. USPS could learn a thing about that delivery. That.
Oh god.
Oh,
I'm glad we get along well. This is fun. I'm having a good time.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we're
I
already
just wish
good
a
friends.
certain lady would, feel confident enough to butt in.
Yeah, and it's not just you guys, it's just like that in general. I mean, like, I probably don't seem like it because I'm not saying anything, but I really am like having fun too. And
I feel like I understand how you feel because in reality, even though it may not seem like it now, I'm a really, really shy person.
As am
especially
I.
around people I don't know. But
Yeah.
the main reason why I'm open right now is because, for one, I've talked to, well, majority of you, like, on DA or just outside, or out, like on Skype or other some kind of messaging thing,
And
or
we
even in
talk all
comments.
the time.
And so, I know all of you. Plus, what else is great is that we all share, at least for me, one of the darkest secrets of me. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about that coming out at all. And so it's like,
Is it back when?
Yeah, there's that.
but,
I didn't say it.
just, huh?
No, don't worry about it.
Everyone's interrupting each other.
Just to relate to you, Yuri, for me, I'm actually not the type of person to, one, start conversations,
Yeah.
up someone to get my point across. I'm always the one that's quiet because I'm always waiting for a quiet moment between everyone else that's talkative to say something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yep.
that time, I never, like, even when that time comes, it's usually so brief, I never get a chance to sum up the courage that I needed to say what I wanted at the time. So I'm usually seen as the really quiet one.
Yeah,
So,
that's my whole issue right here, pretty much.
Yep.
yeah,
If
I
I
feel
if I didn't talk to people, 98% of the time I'd say I'm the one who starts a conversation.
Yeah,
Very rarely will people talk to me.
I've developed recently a fear of being alone.
I'm scared of dying though.
Oh. Well, yeah, as
That
I
got
said,
way too
as I
freaking
said,
dark.
I have a fear of being completely, temporarily alone. So yeah, I'm sort of an extrovert, but like, I kind of have anxiety at the same time.
Yeah.
Socially. Yeah, fucking great. Great, congratulations to me. Also, I hope you don't die alone.
Oh, everyone
I
dies.
sincerely hope that does not happen.
I mean, technically, someone else will die somewhere in the world at the same time. So, you know, you're not alone.
you
Oh my god. But I fucking...
just because it's at the same time doesn't
Come on,
mean they were
man.
together.
Don't make me fucking depressed. Are you kidding me?
Okay, let's go on to something brighter. Was there anything else about the community you want to talk about, or should we move on to something else?
Oh, onomatopoeias.
Yes.
Oh, dude,
That's
yeah.
it.
Onomatopoeias.
I always feel so weird making onomatopoeias. Like, it just feels so like childish. Like I'm a
Right.
little kid,
Mm.
like making a joke, but how else am I
Sometimes-
supposed to get the sound across?
I'll sometimes make the sound with my mouth. Like,
You know what's funny? You're not the first person I've heard who does that.
It's very rare that I'll do it, but sometimes I'll be like, I'll do it in my mind normally, but I'll be like, yeah. Then that's BR, yeah.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
But really it'll be a few B's and and you have to capitalize some of them.
That's a PRR. I imagine, like, I don't know, I'm just imagining you have, like, this really, really complex, like, rig of microphones and speakers. You're, like, in a
It's like
suit,
reading
and, like,
music.
you're doing your tie, and then you're just, like, leaning in, and you're just, like...
You know what? I
Play
know I
back.
just thought of which could be great. You know how they're coming out with the recording software that record whatever you say? If you first record you making a fart noise with your mouth, and then you play it back so your computer records that, and then that comes up with the onomatopoeia.
That would be fucking sweet.
Oh, man.
There's a slight comedic value to farts, I think, which is why sometimes onomatopoeias can work in either a sexual way or not.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the situation, really.
Right.
For me, it's all about imagery, but...
Yeah, that's
I
the
prefer
main
imagery.
reason why I use.
I also want to get the right kind of... Just realised my family is awake and they might be able to hear me.
That's okay, man.
Fine, who cares?
Invite them in. No, don't do that.
Yeah, don't.
My mum hates me.
Hey, Mom! Come here! We're
Hey,
talking
Mom!
about-
I'm talking about how I have a fart fetish that you don't know about.
My next door neighbour knows.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I told her, I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why either.
Yeah, none of us in the party knows why.
Exactly.
Right, back on topic. One of my peers, I don't have that much trouble with them now, but it's hard to not, because I feel like sometimes they're very similar if I do it repeatedly. I'll find out like my phone has learned how to type them. So sometimes it will autocorrect to one.
Yeah, in fact, I get autocorrects to ones I've used before, which it's gotten so bad that it's like I put it in and then it shows me what it wants to autocorrect to, and I'm like, yeah, that was basically what I was going to. I enter it and then I slightly adjust it.
Nice.
But actually, I wanted to ask you
Yes.
Yeah, you.
Okay.
You. Yeah, you.
But
what?
you said that it was thanks to my how to write onomatopoeias that helped you. I mean, like,
Yeah.
how?
I never knew, like
How deep it can go?
What letters to use and stuff. Like, it sounds stupid. I never knew how to
Well-
really structure it.
I remember when I was writing it, because for one, I wrote it in a day, and I was just inspired. Well, for one, I try to force myself to write something every day. And two, that particular day, I was thinking, I get the question how to write onomatopoeias, and it's from people that often use onomatopoeias, but they feel like they're doing it wrong. And I'm like, okay, for one, so-and-so may or may not be writing them wrong, in my opinion, but if they feel like they're just putting it in just to put it in, then maybe I can help, at least from my perspective, how I write them, which is then spawned the whole editorial piece of how to write it, at least everything I go through when I'm thinking of it. And one of the things I made sure to put in is different sounds, because
They sound different.
I know that. I mean, that's even difficult for me because it's it sounds sort of brassy, but it can be a tuba or it could be a trumpet, and those are two distinctly different sounds.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it is for me too. Like every single time whenever I get to a fart scene, I try to make every single one as different as possible and try to find different ways of describing it.
Definitely.
And Drifter has, on multiple occasions, commented on, like, how do you do this? Like, how do you do these multiple different descriptions?
Wait, you asking me that now?
No. I'm saying you've said that before.
Wait, I said you were quoting me?
Yes.
Yes.
I missed that. Yeah.
No, the other Drifter.
Oh yeah, no, G Drifter. It was G Drifter. It wasn't the right Drifter.
Also, I'd like to point out we've crossed an hour.
Okay, how about this? If you guys want to continue, I want to get breakfast because I'm fucking hungry.
Oh yeah, breakfast at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
No, I'm on the West Coast.
Yeah, he's West Coast. That makes
I'm
sense.
England.
Never mind.
So 10:15. In any case, how about like we take a breather or something?
We can end recording.
Commercial
on
break.
Skype if you want.
Commercial break.
What was that you said, Caleb?
We could just end the recording for now,
We could.
and then.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind staying on Skype. And just being casual, Caleb.
Hanging out. All right, I'm gonna get breakfast in any case, so I will be.
What are you getting?
I don't fucking know, dude.
Don't ask such difficult questions.
Let's outro.
Dude, this is fucking Sunday. I'm not in the school yet, dude. If I wanted to.
Outro.
Let's outro this shiz.
Okay.
Oh, we're gonna have like a little musical.
No.
Like,
Well, this is kind of a spur of the moment thing.
how are we gonna end it?
Okay, so that I am Onara signing off to get some toast or whatever the fuck.
Pancakes. I'm Caleb, and I'm going to be here still, but not in the recording.
That's meta.
I'm Yuri, and I kind of want to go back to bed.
Okay, you can take.
Don't we all?
Thanks.
Oh my god, why was it so equally as awkward from the beginning? I
And
thought we
two
got
people
over
still haven't done their outros yet.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were doing that. I was minding my own business.
I was waiting for you.
I'm Drifter, and I'm going back to editing Ying's Season 2, Meet the Yang Part 2, which I feel like I can say depending on when Chris uploads this, because it won't be anytime soon.
Yeah, it may be a little later because I still got to finish the Alpha Fetish RPG. But this is also the Female Gas Admirer, and I'm gonna go see if people had read my story yet.
No.
Oh wait, what are we gonna call this? What are we gonna call this podcast though?
I'm gonna find something. I'll name it something.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that's what you're going to call it. I'm going to find
I'm gonna find something podcast.
The podcast where I hope someone else reads my story.
I could read it now, but I mean, Pokemon.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
I'm going to read it.
Later. Read my stories, please.
Shameless plug at the end.